Good morning, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to be back in BC for the National Safety and Health Week launch. It was in 2006 that I joined the team here to spread the word about health and safety in Canada and celebrate Safety and Health Week. I've had 3 close shaves with death, and I'm committed to prevention and safety. In 1964, when I worked for Bell Canada, I was a lineman. And we were putting in 2,700 pair cable. Of course, the cable was that big around. It was on a big reel, and it was going into a manhole. And my supervisor was standing there howling. And he's got his flag going like this. He's got his flag going down to the one block down the street like this, meaning to wind this winch up, which was under the ground. And he's waving the flag, and I'm watching the other end, and I could see the back end of the truck go down like this, and the white smoke coming out, and nothing was happening at our end. And I remember I was bent like this, and my supervisor's howling, "Turn that reel, Mr. Man, turn that reel." 2,700 pair of cable. I mean, it must have weighed a ton. I'm going to turn it, I'm sure. Anyways, I was going through the motions, and the next thing I remember, I'm laying on my back, and everything is spinning counterclockwise. The reel finally, the cable finally went in, and everything came flying forward, and it came out of the manhole, hit me in the back of the head. I had a construction helmet on. Helmets don't break, as you know. My helmet split in half, fractured my skull. I was off work over a year. I'm totally deaf in my right ear. I have a permanent ringing in my right ear. It's just like a seashell to your ear. It goes shh, 24 hours of the day. And my inner ear is damaged. That's where your balance is. And if I were to stand here in the open and go like that real fast, I wouldn't fall over, but I'd stagger, because that's where your balance is. And I've been in public places, and somebody call my name, and I'll turn around real quickly, and I'll stagger. And I've had people say, "One too many, eh, Mr. Gretzky?" They actually think I'm drunk. Of course, the only time you ever drink is Sunday mornings at communion. But 3 Sundays ago, when I went up for the 4th time for communion, he bent down beside me and said, "Walter, out of here, I'm changing churches." But anyways, I wasn't supposed to live then, and I had my aneurysm in 1991. I laid in a hospital bed for 10 months. I wasn't supposed to live then. I had a man stayed with me for 2.5 years after that. I had to relearn life. So I know what life is. It's very precious to me. And when I was a little 7-year-old boy, I just about drowned, and a man ran 1/4 of a mile to jump into the river, to pull me out of the river. And it was a safety feature. I was all by myself in the river, and I didn't know how to swim. And I just about drowned then, so 3 times really. But anyways, sometimes no matter how much protection you have, life throws you a curve. Just recently I heard the story of a young man named Aaron, and I hear about it, I just will start to cry. On Wednesday, February 27th, 2013, Aaron, who is 14 years old and is in grade 8 at Terry Fox High School, had just completed some jogging around the gym. Aaron's heart stopped and he fell to the ground. Aaron's gym teacher had taken first aid training required by the Coquitlam School Board, and he immediately began CPR on Aaron while waiting for emergency services to arrive. The school's emergency action plan was activated. CPR continued until the school staff attached an automated external defibrillator, or AED, to Aaron's chest. It restarted Aaron's heart. His heart had stopped for 7 minutes. Can you imagine? 7 minutes. Aaron was taken to Children's Hospital, where he received further treatment, including his own implanted defibrillator. In less than 2 weeks, Aaron was back at school. From his heart stopping for 7 minutes, 2 weeks later, he's back in school. Aaron's story starts on February 27th of this year, just over 2 months ago. Actually, there probably wouldn't be an Aaron story if the Coquitlam School Board hadn't given their on-staff safety professional the task of making sure all schools in the district were prepared to deal with life-threatening medical emergencies, including equipping all schools in the school district with AEDs. Making a commitment to having safer schools, workplaces, and communities comes through leadership, as the Coquitlam School Board demonstrated, and in putting the right plan in place that the school board safety professionals did. Finally, the buy-in from the staff in acquiring the skills and learning the emergency action plan is what made saving Aaron's life possible. This example of commitment, planning, and action has had the desired result: a young life saved. Can you imagine that? This could have been a very different story if these key decision makers hadn't made good choices. We had hoped Aaron could be here with us today, but it couldn't be arranged. However, we do have Vern Federak, Brad Peterson, Casey Kingman, and John Murphy, Aaron's teachers and rescuers, as well as Wendy Bennett, the safety professional responsible for the school board's emergency action plan. We should also recognize the wisdom of the school board and school superintendent for making the commitment to prepare for just this kind of situation. Could all you people who I mentioned please stand up, and anybody who I missed that was part of this, please stand up. Let's give them a big hand. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very, very much. As a father and grandfather, I know the importance of safety for our youth, like Aaron, and all Canadians at home, at work, and in the community. I want each of you to ask yourself, am I as safe as I think every time you go to work or play? I thank you for the opportunity to be here today to share the official launch of North American Occupational Safety and Health Week in Canada. Please be safe and stay safe, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you with health and happiness. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.